Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We are back. We are back. I know it has been a long time that I come back here. I think, when was the last time that I dropped a video? I wanted to say maybe in June was the last time that I dropped a video. I did not meant to stay this long. So at first, I was having a hard time in July to record it. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and take some time for my mental health. For some of you guys who's not following me in my social media, in July, I had a birthday. So I celebrated a birthday. I turned 40, the big 40. So I was like, you know what? Let me take the month of July to celebrate my birthday and to work on my mental health. Just like I tell you guys all the time, to taking care of your mental health, because my goal for my life, I wanted to have mental wellness. And I was like, okay, let me take the month of July off. Then after that, I was having a hard time coming back. I saw August 1st, I saw August 5th, I saw August 14th. I was having a hard time to come back. And I start thinking, my brain start thinking negative. I start overthinking. I start thinking like, oh, why am I doing this? What was the point of it? Did anybody really want this? Do I want this? Look at all the things I can do with the free time where I don't have to record it, and I don't have to edit, and I don't have to drop. And then I start experiencing with a little anxiety. I start experiencing with a little uncertain. Like, why am I doing this? What's the point of this? And then I start not seeing any time on my weekend. I'm like, when did I have the time to record, edit, write things down, do some research? And I have a lot of topic that I haven't even start talking what I really want to talk about. So I have multiple topics. I have people that there's some topic that I still haven't even touched from people that's asking me of a video. So topic and things that I need to say, it's not the problem. And I was like, what is going on? But if I was talking to a patient and that patient was going through the same thing that I was going through, I would tell that patient, you need to start from the beginning. When you are having a hard time to be consistent, to go back to certain things, because there is the time. The time was already here. I already have the material. I already have the phone. The muscle is here, right? When we're working out, we said the muscle is here. And the mental muscle is here. The emotional muscle is here. I already create the muscle. I create the muscle over 2 years. So it's already here. So when we need to start something that we lost touch in, we lost the momentum, then we need to start from the basic. We need to start from the beginning. That's what I did for my mental health last week, for you guys to see me today on this Monday. I'm going to start from the beginning. So this video is going to be the beginning. It's going to be the basic. And I'm not planning to do this video long, because I am going to start from the beginning. And if I was going to start from the beginning, this is how I will start. Wait for it. Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Krista. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I am a therapist, and I have over 10 years experience in the mental health world, in the mental health field. And I have created a platform that called Soyage Mental to educating, encouraging, and breaking the stigma that's surrounding mental health, especially in my community, in the Haitian community. So in this video, I want to talk about the difference between mental health, mental illness, mental condition, mental wellness, and I also want to talk about how you can seek some help if you know, help for yourself or for your loved ones. So this is what I want to focus this video on. You have heard, and if this is not the first time you listened to me before, you have heard me say multiple times, everyone, there is no one on earth that is under the sun that do not have mental health. If you are watching me, if you have breath in your body, if you alive, if you have a heartbeat, you have mental health. All of us have mental health. But what is exactly mental health? We're going to talk about it in this video. And if you are listening to me, everyone under the sun, you might not have mental illness. And in this video, I'm going to define what is mental illness, what is mental condition, because you might not have mental illness. And I don't want you to get it twisted, because a lot of time people's thinking they have mental illness when they don't. They just have mental health. Also, not everyone who's listening to me have mental wellness. And in this video, I want to talk about what is mental wellness. How do you know when you have mental wellness? I want to drop it on this video. And then at the end of this video, I also want to give some information on how to seek help for your mental health or for your loved ones. So stick with me until the whole video. I'm not going to be here for long. And if you find something that benefit you, that benefits someone in this video, I do want you to, if this is the first time you're reaching me, I want you to press the clock button. Is it like a clock? For you to subscribe with me. And then if you like what you hear and you already subscribed, I want you to press the thumb to like this video or drop a comment. If you also hear something in this video that you felt like someone else can benefit, I want you to also share this video. I give you all the right. You can share it in your platform. You can share this video with someone that you know, someone you love, someone you believe that can benefit from this video. Let's move on. What is mental health? In our mental health, we're seeing our emotional health, we're seeing our psychological well-being, we also seeing our social health in our mental health. In our mental health, it's how we think, how we feel, how we showed up in this world, how we manage stress, how we work in our emotion, how we are able to identify our emotion, how we create relationship with others, how we engage with other individuals. That is our mental health. Simple enough. In our mental health, yes, everyone can feel sad. Everyone can feel anxiety. Everyone can grieve. Everyone can go through stress. And in our mental health, there's a few things in life that can impact our mental health. Financial problems can impact our mental health. Immigration issues can impact our mental health. Stress, grief, relationship issues can impact our mental health. Relationship we have with ourselves can impact our mental health. There's certain things in life. Our job, losing our job can impact our mental health. There's certain things, there's certain stressor in life that can impact in our mental health. Doesn't mean you have a mental illness. Now, what is mental illness or mental condition? When we say, professional like me say you have a mental illness, it's when it's actually impacting your everyday life. It's actually impacting your job, your school, the relationship you have with others, the relationship you have with yourself, how you showed up in this world, how it's impacting your everyday function. That's how we say, okay, then you have a mental illness. For example, let's say I might have financial issues. Let's say I lost my job. Now, since I lost my job, I cannot pay my bill. Okay, that's impacting my mental health. Now, because I cannot pay my bill, I find myself either drinking a lot, unable to get off my house, eating a lot, not having good relation, or yelling with others. Like, it's starting to impacting my mood. It's starting to impacting my behavior. It's starting to impact the way I showed up in this world. That's when I said, okay, this is a mental illness. Now, how do I know? What is the difference between mental wellness? And I want you to understand something, because a lot of time people's thinking mental illness, mental illness mean crazy, or mental illness, it's a lack of character, or mental illness is lack of faith, or mental illness is a punishment from God, or mental illness, it's because you're not strong. It's because you are weak. Or mental illness, it's because you did something wrong. Mental illness have nothing to do with that. And every one of us can have a mental illness. How do you know you have mental wellness? And what is mental wellness? A lot of time people's thinking, if I have mental wellness, that's mean I am happy all the time. A lot of time people's thinking, if I have mental wellness, that's mean nothing can touch me. A lot of time people's thinking, if I have mental wellness, that's mean I cannot be sad, I cannot be angry, I cannot be stressed, or I cannot have problem with relationship. Sometimes I know when I do therapy with therapists, sometimes they beat themselves up because they're like, oh, as a therapist, I cannot believe I let this happen to me as a therapist. No, there is no one mental illness cannot touch. But how do we have mental wellness? Mental wellness is a maintenance. Mental wellness is a ongoing. Mental wellness is when you are intentional about able to identify the problem. You're able to identify certain emotion. You're able to identify what you're going through. You are able to identify what's happening. And then you have the tools. You have the material to be able to cope or to deal or to process or to brainstorm the problem, the issues, the things. Or even you have the capacity and known you have the self-awareness enough to say, okay, you know what? I'm going through this right now and I don't have the tools and I don't have the capacity, then I'm going to seek help. Either I'm going to seek help from a family member, either I'm going to seek help from a professional, or either I'm going to seek help from my doctor. And that help is healthy. Because sometimes someone will have a problem and then they say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink my life away. That's not mental wellness. Or you know what? I feel sad, then I'm going to stay in bed for the rest of the day. That's not mental wellness. Or you know what? I am stressed. I feel overwhelmed. Then I'm going to keep myself distracted. I'm going to sit there and watch TV over and over and over and over again. That's not mental wellness. You need, now I know I created a video before regarding this. You need to know exactly where in your life that is impacting your mental health, and what do you need to do exactly so you can have that mental wellness. For example, if the problem is your emotion, you know exactly which part and what do you need. Like for example, if I have like, let's say knock and wood, I have someone that close to me that passed away. My mental wellness, taking care of that, might not mean, okay, I need to sleep 8 hours. Yeah, that will be okay. You know, it can support it, but I might need a little bit more. Yes, sometimes our mental wellness included like have good sleep. Sometimes our mental wellness included eating healthy, move your body, like physical activity, identify your emotion, know when to rest, know when to take times off, know when to take vacation, know when to move, know when to talk to someone, know when to seek help. But there is certain things that might be very specific in your mental wellness that you do not know. And then this is where it comes to, how do I seek help if I notice something I'm going through, I have a hard time, I don't have the coping skills, I don't have the tools to take care of my mental well. One of the first thing you can do is talk to someone that you trust. Talk to someone that you trust. That person can be a family member. That person can be a church member. That person can be your pastor. That person can be your doctor. Someone you trust, someone you know that you were able to speak with them. But don't believe, yes, just because you trust that person and that person might be able to diagnose you, or that person might be able to see what's really going on. Then that's when you can do the next step. Sometimes the next step is talking to your primary physician. The next step can be you go to your doctor and do an annual checkup. You do a physical. And when you are talking to your primary physician, you can go ahead and say, you know what, I don't know what's happening, but I cannot get up. It's been 5 days that when I have to do something and I cannot get up. And I bet you most of those primary physicians will understand you are struggling with your mental health. And then they will connecting you to either a therapist who provide therapy, like treatment for therapy, or either a psychiatrist who provide you medication if that's what needed. Another way you can find therapy if you need it, many people that's listening to me, you have a full-time job. If you do have a full-time job, a lot of jobs have this program that called EAP. That stands for Employment Assistance Program. If you go to your HR, you might have that program. And that program provided either 8 to 12 sessions free with a therapist. So if you go to your doctor, let's say you go to your doctor and your doctor is not supporting you, you can go to your HR and ask if they have the EAP program. And if they do, they can help you connect it to that program. In other ways, you can get some support as well. If you are in school, if you are going to college, if you are going to any university, if you have professor, if you have counselor at your school, you can talk to those individuals and they can help you connect it to get that support. I know if you live in United States, there's a lot of different community health clinics. I know in my environment, there's a few community health clinics. Sometime working into a community health clinic and talk to someone and let them know what is going on, they can supporting you too, of connecting you to therapy as well. If you also in any state of United States, you can walk into a police station. You can call 911 to ask for support. You can work into any emergency hospital, like the emergency care hospital. You can also, there's now a number that's called 988. You can dial 988. You do not need to wait until you are in a crisis mode. You do not need to wait until like you're dying, like it's getting the worst for you to call 988. And if you do not speak English, you speak any other language, they have interpreter. If you prefer any other language, they have interpreter. You just need to ask. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't called it for a while, but if I'm not mistaken, they will even ask you what language you prefer. And you can ask what language you prefer. 988 is the number. Don't worry, under this description, I am going to put those information under the description here under this video. So this is how you can seek help if you need any support for your mental health. This is where we're going to end this video. I just want you to remember, taking care of your mental health is taking care of your life. Taking care of your mental health, it is not weakness. It is not, you don't need to be ashamed. It is not a character flaw. It is not a stupid thing. Taking care of your mental health is brave. Taking care of your mental health is your life. Again, my name is Krista. I am a licensed clinical social worker. If this is the first time you are hearing me, I do encouraging you to subscribe to this channel because we're going to continue dropping video on how to take care of your mental wellness. Have a great Monday, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.